here in Plantation, Florida, just outside of Fort Lauderdale, talking with Brandon Johnson. Brandon is a Tennessee 2016 football signee. He's a wide receiver. But Brandon, you didn't start your career out as a wide receiver.
Nah, I started out as a guard. Guard playing. I had number 3 as a guard, so it wasn't good. Actually,
It wasn't good. No, this we're talking Pee Wee. Like how old were you when you were playing offensive line?
I was in 3rd grade, so probably around like 10 maybe.
Yeah.
10.
That wasn't gonna be your future.
No, definitely not. I actually quit because I hated it so much, and I quit because I hated it so much, and I started back again. You know, peer pressure got to me. My friends were having fun, and I wanted to play again, so I started playing receiver a little bit, mixing that in with O-line, and eventually I just became a receiver.
Well, you got the look of a receiver. You're 6'3", 185. You've got the wingspan of a 6'8" guy. And anybody that's watched the highlights know that you can really go up and get the ball. But contrary to popular belief, you are able to do more than just run a fade route and out jump people too, right?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people think just because I'm taller, I can jump, but I can do a lot more than just run a fade. I can guarantee you that.
Well, now, what about when guys try and press you? Because you are kind of a lanky guy. You're not a thick guy.
Exactly.
What happens when those guys come up on you try and press? How do you get around that?
I'm able to get off. I can attribute that to basketball, really. Basketball really helped me work on my elusiveness and feet and hands and just throw it all together and I get off the ball.
Now, when did you start getting scholarship offers? When did that start happening for you?
Right after my sophomore year. I got my first offer from South Carolina. And then a couple hours later, I actually got Louisville. And then after that, the rest is history. I started
getting a lot more. Yeah, I looked at the offer sheet. It's pretty full. At American Heritage, there are a lot of Division I prospects. In fact, I met one of your friends earlier tonight, headed to Florida State. You were telling me about another guy, I think, going to Florida State playing corner that you got to line up against. Talk about some of those guys. Who are they? Where are they going? And for the people who don't know, tell them what American Heritage has done on the high school gridiron these last few years.
American Heritage really recently been putting out a lot of great talent. One of my brothers, not really my brother, but best friend of mine, Brian Burns, he's headed to Florida State this year as outside linebacker, defensive end kind of guy. And then my other best friend, Nick Eubanks, he's headed to Michigan as a tight end / receiver. And that was just this year. Last year we had our quarterback, Torrance Gibson. Now he's now a receiver at Ohio State. We had a defensive back named Tavart McFadden. He now plays corner at Florida State. And year before that, running back named Sonny Michel plays for University of Georgia. And then also a receiver / punt returner named Isaiah McKenzie. And that's just some of the talent that's come out of our school in the past couple of years. Some of them.
You guys did all right.
Yeah, we did
Class
all right.
5. You won a couple state titles, right?
Yeah, my sophomore and junior year, we won back-to-back state titles.
That's pretty impressive. Now, other than Tennessee, who were some of the other schools that really pushed hard? I know that you had narrowed your list down a little bit.
Yeah, towards the end, I narrowed my list down to University of Georgia, LSU, and Tennessee. And out of those 3, Tennessee just, all in all, felt like the right fit for me. If you take everything into account, ability, chance to play maybe, the feeling of it, atmosphere, everything.
You told me your mom signed off on it. Once she signed off on it, that was good then.
Yeah, once she signed off on it, I knew I was all right.
Yeah. Your mom's not gonna let you go anywhere that she doesn't feel like you're gonna be all right at.
Mm-hmm.
If you hadn't gone to Tennessee, where do you think you would have ended up?
Maybe University of Georgia or University of Miami.
Yeah, that's interesting. Miami, you grew up a Miami fan. Of course, you're right down the coast, just so close. I guess those coaching changes probably played a big factor in why your recruitment stayed so open, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. My sophomore year, Pete Carroll's son, Coach Carroll, he actually offered me my sophomore year, and the year after he actually left to go to the NFL. So coaches changes from there. We had like two coaches changes as far as like position wise, and you know how that goes. They may have other guys that they more interested in you, and it didn't pan out properly. So.
All right. So you've been committed to the Vols since early September, and you signed with them, of course. You had a chance to watch the team. Which current Tennessee player impresses you the most?
I really like Preston Williams. I like his game a lot, and I can't wait to get up there and work with him. Work with receivers like Josh Smith, Malone, just the whole receiving core. Jeff George. Can't wait to get up there and work with all of them.
One word to describe Coach Jones, what would it be?
Elite, probably.
Elite. And what? Now explain that.
Everything he does is first class. From recruitment, how he coaches the team, to you name it. Just everything is just first class. It seems. He puts so much effort in everything, so everything is just elite to me.
Brandon, you've had a chance to look at the schedule. Which team on that schedule you look forward to playing the most?
Probably Alabama.
Alabama, why?
Alabama, that's always a big game, and Alabama's number one on everybody's list, and it should be a great game. Tennessee, we definitely right up there with them, so I can't wait for that game.
Well, you faced a lot of challenge in high school. You'll see some more talent in that game, I can almost guarantee. You'll see some of that press coverage we were talking about earlier, too. Talk about your personal life a little bit. Tonight, you just got back from the Bahamas. You said it was a family trip in more ways than one, though.
Yeah, exactly. Family trip. It was actually from my graduation. So me and a couple of my friends, some of the people I just named earlier, Brian Burns, Nick Eubanks, one of my other close friends, Jerry Stewart. We went on a trip to the Bahamas. But it's vacation, but it's not a vacation. It's just like going home, because my mom's side of the family, they're all from the Bahamas, Nassau, that kind of area. So,
You're going to be moving out of here Sunday, man. What are some of your thoughts about that?
I'm excited. I'm not really too nervous, not too sad, not too happy. I'm just kind of, as my mom would say, stand on 55. I'm just excited. I see another phase of my life. I can't wait to get started.
As I look around, the decor in your house is beautiful. I noticed some elephants. And speaking of the elephant in the room, I've got to ask you about your dad. A lot of people know your father was one of the best defensive catchers in Major League Baseball. He won a World Series. He was an all-star. Everybody wants to know, what is that like when you grow up in the home of a star? I guess it'd be like a movie star or a singer or something like that, but your dad kind of a rock star of baseball.
I mean, yeah, definitely, but I see it with just my dad, living with him every day. And everybody says I'm just like my dad. I'm his mini me, so.
Pretty humble guy. You are. You're very grounded. It is a lot like your dad. There were a lot of things. There were some other things you were sharing with me. What are some of the other lessons that you'll take to Tennessee that you learned from your parents growing up?
Effort. They always preach me effort. You shouldn't let anybody ever get on you about your effort. You should. If there's anything you can't control, it's your effort. So go out there and give it 100%, whatever you do, and you gotta live with the results.
Yeah. What do you look forward to the most up there in Knoxville?
Football. That's all I'm looking forward to. But definitely my books as well. But football is definitely on my mind right now.
A couple different areas of studies that you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at either architecture or something in vet school, maybe. Something like that.
You'll have time to figure it out, Brandon. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate the hospitality here. This is Mike Griffith for SEC Country and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and you'll be seeing Brandon Johnson very soon, I think, Brandon. So thanks for the interview. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.